So, what do you want to talk about? You've come with some things that you want to talk about. You have, haven't you? Do not worry about your question not being answered fully, because it will be. We know everything that you want to know, and we know the path of least resistance to deliver it to you. What about that? So we'll have a sequential unfolding here where sometimes someone will present something that will make it easy for us to explain to you the very thing that you're looking for. So whether you get in the hot seat or not is not important. The important thing is that you're focused and that you are softly listening, not feeling anxious. So if you're standing up, if you're standing on your chair, if you're waving your hand, you're trying too hard, no one can deprive you of anything. First of all, you get to select what you want by the variety that surrounds you. You're doing it all day, every day. You're making selections of things that you prefer. But most people, in nearly the moment that they make a new selection of something that they want, contradict it with their awareness that it doesn't yet exist as a manifested object in their experience. So, I want this thing that I do not have. I want this thing that I do not have. That's introducing contradictory energy into your equation. I want it, but I want it, but I would like to have that. I would like to have that, but I don't have that. I would like to have that, but I don't have that. So you hold yourself in a powerless situation. It's like a tug of war with two equally powerful people on each end of the rope, pulling, and no one's getting anywhere. And so what you want to do is let go of the end of the rope that doesn't feel good when you tug on it. You want to let go of that end of the rope, the naysayer end, the pessimistic end, the facing reality as it is end. Now we know they've trained you to be objective and to face reality because you don't want to be delusional, they say to you, and we say, yeah, you do. Because if you can believe in something that hasn't yet manifested, that might make you delusional by the standards of those people that are wanting you to be very reality-based. But if you can be a little delusional about those things, which means if you can be more hopeful, if you can be more optimistic, if you can be more futuristic, we use that word carefully, futuristic about what's manifested, but right now in the powerful now, using this powerful moment in time where the vibrational experience is happening within you. If you can focus in a way that feels good to you rather than bad to you, then that means you've let go of the resistant thought. And if you let go of the resistant thought about anything you want, what you want starts moving towards you. There is a momentum in it, you see. You know about momentum, don't you? Momentum is such an easy thing to understand. Once you get it going, it's easier to keep it going. A little hard to get it going in the beginning. We know you understand about momentum. It's in your experience all day, every day. Every time Esther puts her heavier than it should be suitcase in the back of her Tahoe, she says, okay, I'm going to use momentum. I'm going to use momentum to get this big heavy thing up there. And momentum carries it. She gives it some, and it takes care of the rest. Because an object that is in motion wants to stay in motion. And a vibration that is in motion wants to stay in motion. It's what momentum is. So when you start practicing a vibrational frequency, it's sort of like exercising a muscle, isn't it? When you start practicing a vibrational frequency, it's easier to keep it going. And that's really what deliberate creating is. So if you are like so many humans, where the majority of your thoughts are offered in response to what you are observing, and you're just letting whatever shows up in front of you be the reason that you're looking at it, then you're probably having a sort of contrasting experience where you're observing wanted and unwanted with no sense of control. We want you to leave this gathering today with a sense of control, because you are the focuser of your own experience. You can focus yourself into the reality that you want. And so what we want you to begin understanding is that there is a momentum in thought, and often you continue the momentum in the thought without meaning to, because the momentum in the thought, sometimes you say, it feels to me like my thoughts are thinking me. And we say, that's momentum. And momentum is caused by the powerful law of attraction, which says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So when you focus upon something for as little as 17 seconds, when you cross that 17-second mark, momentum ensues. And by the time you do that again, another 17 seconds, and again, another 17 seconds, and again, another 17 seconds, and you cross that 68-second mark, you have significant enough momentum going that there are going to be some evidences that present themselves to you. So you can imagine how expectations can get going. Have you been listening to us enough to know that there is a vibrational content that is the basis of your point of attraction? It's not subject, subject, subject. It's vibrational frequency, vibrational frequency, vibrational frequency. In other words, if you're on the Henri disc, we've been describing the emotion that you might be feeling in a moment as actually selecting a vibrational point of attraction. We're calling those your point of attraction, your grid, or your, called it so many different things you don't know what we're calling it. But it's the place where you stand. It's spinning because it's attractive. It's calling to it other things like it. So let's say that, like on the emotional scale, you could be on the fear disc, or you could be on the Henri disc, or you could be on the happy disc, you could be on the joy disc, the loving disc, the anger disc, the resentful disc, the fear disc. In other words, you can choose your point of attraction, and in fact you do, all day, every day. So let's say that for whatever reason, you're on the Henri disc. Don't you notice when you're on the Henri disc, when Henri is the vibrational frequency that you've got going on, that the subject matter can skip all over the place? You're Henri about the way your children are behaving. You're Henri about the way your spouse is behaving. You're Henri about the way your government is behaving. You're Henri about the way traffic is behaving. You're Henri about the way the weather is behaving. You're Henri about the way the cat behaved. In other words, doesn't matter what the subject is, the subject is producing Henri-ness within you. And most humans do not understand that you can control the Henri factor. You can control how many Henri things you rendezvous with, or how many happy things you rendezvous with. But you can't do it after you've rendezvoused, because after you've rendezvoused, there's so much momentum going. Well, you can, but you usually don't. After you've rendezvoused with something that makes you feel Henri, or makes you feel fearful, or makes you feel angry, or defensive, or guilty, or blameful, there's enough momentum going that other thoughts like that are going to join them. Haven't you noticed that? Ever had a conversation around dinner and somebody gets started and you all sort of pile in? And before you know it, you're explaining things that happened 20 years ago that felt just like that. And one might say, well, what's that got to do with now? We say everything is the same vibrational frequency. You just reactivate it again. So every thought that's ever been thought still exists. You have the potential of activating anything right here, right now. And it doesn't take very much focus upon it in order to activate it with enough momentum that it begins to be a point of attraction for you, where things like it are going to start showing up. And so we want you to be aware of momentum. So let's say that you've been thinking about something that you don't want. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about it. And now it's kind of tearing you up. It's sort of eating you up. You can't stop thinking about it. You're really annoyed. Now you're talking to other people about it. And now you're looking online to see if there's any other people that are thinking about it. Now you're blogging about it. And now you have a website about what to do about that. And so you get this strong momentum going. Well, when you've got a strong momentum going, that's a path of least resistance. Law of attraction is bringing to you, by path of least resistance, what matches what your vibrational frequency is. Now, we want you to know that the true path of least resistance is this trajectory of well-being. It is overriding and underpinning everything you see. But if you've practiced yourself into a focus moment where you're having this sort of vibrational fit, where you're disallowing your awareness and your resonance with that trajectory, life can feel pretty hard to you. And so that's really what we want to help you to overcome in these hours that we're together. I want to show you how to mold your thoughts into vibrational alignment and resonance with who you really are. We've been watching Esther. She'll be doing a focus wheel or just writing statements of intent. And again, she will say, I can say that better. I can say that better. Even when someone else would read it, it would look pretty good. But Esther can feel that there's a little hidden agenda in it, or there's a little trying to overcompensate for something, a little too much efforting in it. And that's a true way for you to realize that there's a little discord in your vibration. When you're trying too hard with your action, even if you're trying with action to think, does that sort of make sense? If you're struggling, there's resistance. So it's about ease and flow. You'll see as we play along today. When you are a person who has found a new desire and it still feels fresh and exciting to you because you haven't trampled it to death with doubt. In other words, you desire it. You feel like you did when you were a kid, when there was something that you wanted and you didn't feel defeated about it. You didn't feel uncertain about it. You didn't feel beaten down by it. Those are the way we want all of your desires to feel. And that's the way they can all feel. It's really the way they should feel to you, because when you want something, you have control over the other thoughts that you think around it. When you think, I would like this improvement in my life, whether it's a material object or more monetary experience or an improved relationship or a new relationship altogether, when you're asking for anything, as you're asking for it, I would like to have that. And then the thoughts that you also think around it also feel good to you. Thoughts such as, well, in perfect timing, this is coming, or I'm getting ready for that, and that is getting ready for me. Then thoughts about your desire like that feel good, and they hold you in a place of easy opening. They hold you in a place where your desires will flow easily to you. The circumstances and events will culminate in such ways that you will feel the steady unfolding of your desire. And a desire like that feels good, feels good, feels good, feels good, feels good, even before it is manifested. But if you have a desire, I would like that, but it isn't coming, and I've wanted that for a long time and it hasn't come for a long time, then those contrary thoughts to your desire don't feel good to you. And the reason they don't feel good to you is because you are focusing into existence contradictory vibration within yourself. So you're splitting your own energy. I want it, but I don't have it. I want it, but I don't have it. I want it, but I don't have it. And it doesn't take long before you don't even want to want it, because wanting it doesn't feel good to you. And when someone reminds you that you want this thing that you haven't figured out how to bring into your experience, it's annoying. And it's even more annoying when somebody else gets that thing you want. It makes you begin to believe in shortage when there isn't any. There's just personal deprivation of desire. That's all that exists. But if you are personally depriving yourself of things you want because you're thinking more thoughts about their absence than you are about their presence, and then there are other people in your view that aren't doing that, so they're allowing what they want into their experience, we can get how that would be annoying to you. But we want you to feel the empowerment, because you have the power to focus yourself into personal alignment. And that's what deliberate creation is. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. And we are happy that we have rendezvoused with you on a vibrational level that has helped you to find resonance with who you really are for the most part. You are, and we're not kidding you even a little bit, forever changed as a result of this vibrational excursion that we've all been on today. You will never have an encounter with anyone, whether it's those that you've been encountering a lot or whether it's someone new coming into your experience. You will never have those experiences in the same way as you've had them before, because your vibration has shifted. It is our desire that as a result of this conversation, that you are walking away with a handful of things really solid within you. And those things are these. You are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe who has control over the vibration that you utter. And law of attraction is responding constantly and steadily to the vibration that you are practiced into being. You have the ability to practice your vibration into increasingly good feeling places. And that's the only thing that you have to do consciously, is care about feeling good and practice your thoughts into good feeling places.